Good evening. Would everyone please rise? We'll be led in prayer by President Pro Tem Joe DeLucia, please.
Almighty God, we ask for your blessing upon the members of this council as we assemble here in this chamber to conduct the ongoing business of our city. With your guidance, we will strive to ensure that all our decisions are for the common good, and your inspiration will instill respect, compassion, and thoughtfulness in all our deliberations. Give us the strength and wisdom to lead by example as the people's representatives, and that peace and harmony will mark all our proceedings and keep us faithful to the trust placed in us by the citizens of your community. Amen.
Amen. Alderman Singh, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. At this time, I'd ask for a motion for the adoption of the minutes of June 6th and 20th, 2022. Alderman Wilson, second by Alderwoman Bertov. Is there discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderwoman Berto?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
7-0.
Motion passes 7-0.
Public hearing relative to participation in a cost-sharing program with the City of Norwich to construct concrete sidewalks.
Thank you. At this time, I declare the public hearing on the cost-sharing program for construction of sidewalks to be open, and I invite anyone wishing to address the council. If you do, please stand to the mic, name and address. Microphone is open. Anyone wishing to speak about the sidewalk program here in the City of Norwich? Again, sidewalks are the responsibility of the property owners. However, the City of Norwich participates in providing granite curbing, which protects your investment for a much longer period of time. Is there anyone wishing to address the council? Is there anyone here who wishes to address the council? Is there anyone here who wishes to address the council on the city's cost-sharing program for the installation of sidewalks? Seeing no one, thank you all.
Petitions and communication. Resignation of Michael Jewell from the Baseball Stadium Authority.
Thank you. At this time, I'd ask for a motion for this communication to be received. Alderwoman Berto, second Alderwoman Gould. Is there discussion? I would simply add that the city is very, very grateful for all the time that Michael has given the City of Norwich. When this stadium came about, there are a number of people that stepped up right away. The times have changed at this point in time, but we're very grateful for his service. Roll call, please.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Berto?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
7-0.
Motion passes 7-0. Communication is received.
Number 2, resignation of Robert McCoy from the Inland Wetlands Watercourse and Conservation Commission.
Entertain a motion, please. Alderman Singh, second. Alderman Wilson. Is there discussion on the motion to receive? Well, again, Mr. McCoy has served almost 19 years on the Inland Wetlands Commission. We are grateful for his service. Roll call, please.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Berto?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
7-0.
Motion passes 7-0.
Number 3, memo from the chairman of the Public Works CIC Committee regarding the Complete Streets Policy.
Motion, please, to bring this forward. Alderman Wilson, second. Alderwoman Gould. Is there discussion? President Pro Tem, please.
So to the members of the council, you see that the Complete Streets policy is attached to this communication. This is the work of our Planning and Neighborhood Services Department. We spent a lot of time poring over this at our Public Works Committee meetings, and as the committee has voted, we give this a favorable recommendation. I anticipate that we'll have a formal resolution adopting this at some point in the very near future.
Thank you. Further discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderman Bertle.
Yes.
Alderman Singh.
Yes.
Alderman Gould.
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf.
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia.
Yes?
Mayor Nystrom.
Yes.
That's 7-0.
Motion passes 7-0.
City Manager's report.
Thank you. This is the city manager's report for July 5th, 2022. Meetings attended were the Southeast Council of Governments, Southeastern Area Transit, Connecticut Interlocal Risk Management Agency, NPU City Coordination Meeting, State of the City Address, Fire Chiefs Meeting, the AARP Informational, the State's Public Information Meeting concerning the proposed safety improvements on Route 82. By the way, the meeting can be viewed on the portal.ct.gov/DOTN Norwich 103-274. And the state has a webpage dedicated to the project for those who did not attend the presentation. On Thursday, June 30th, there was a fire at the city's transfer station. The fire destroyed the recycling processing building, which the city's contractor, Casella, operates. There were no injuries, and the transfer station is expected to reopen today, which it did, after being closed on July 1st and 2nd. The fire did not affect the citywide trash and recycling collection. The good part on this, as an aside, is that the compacting, the large compactors and everything are outside of the building. That building is mostly storage of recycling waste, and that's where the fire started. So the trucks are going directly to Casella, and they don't have to go to the transfer station at all at this point. The city's paving contractor, Charles Passanek Jr., Inc., is currently working on roads in Norwich Town, including the section of Connecticut Avenue from Wisconsin Avenue to Ferguson Avenue. The Sherman Street bridges were closed on June 27th as scheduled. Thank you to the Rose Arts Festival Committee and volunteers and our Public Works Department for their extra efforts for this wonderful community event that was held on June 25th. The Public Works Department provided extensive resources, including the stage, temporary fencing, trash and recycling receptacles, extension cords, traffic control devices, such as barricades and no parking signs. July tax bills are now due and payable and can be paid until August 1st, 2022 without interest. The tax office is open Monday through Friday and no appointment is necessary. I'd like to emphasize that payments can be paid in person, online, through the mail, or at any Norwich People's United Bank. Griffith Health held a COVID-19 vaccination clinic at Brown Park last week, and we hope to offer more during the upcoming months. The summer concert series starts July 6th with Rock the Docks at Brown Park. Thank you to the Greater Norwich Area Chamber of Commerce and sponsors. The farmers market also starts Wednesday, July 6th, and will run to October 26th at Brown Park. Thank you to the Norwich Events Organizations and sponsors for the city's annual fireworks celebration to be held on July 8th with a rain date of Sunday, July 10th. And that concludes my report for this evening.
Thank you, John. Questions of the city manager? Okay, thank you.
Citizen comment on resolutions.
I declare citizen comment resolutions open. There are 5 resolutions on our agenda this evening. We invite anyone who wishes to comment on them at this time. Again, please state your name and address at this time when you approach the microphone. Anyone wish to comment on the resolutions before us?
Good evening, Kevin Brown, President, Norwich Community Development Corporation. I'm here to comment on Resolution 5 regarding solar seal. First, I just want to thank really people from across the state who have been helpful in attracting this business to come to the city. Mr. Mayor, as you know, they called you first, I think. And here we are sometime later with what is a transformative economic possibility for the city of Norwich. A larger utility load than any other company that's been positioned in the city before, an opportunity that is marked by a $30 million investment by the company and a 10-year lease, which designates, or I should say, suggests their permanence in how they're looking at this approach for a global organization that will provide architectural glass throughout North America. And then ultimately, the real reason why it's a difference maker for this city is it's 120 manufacturing jobs here in the city of Norwich. This organization has made a commitment to the city and plans to, as I said, stay through this 10-year lease, grow their business here. In fact, they're already planning for their second phase of further development to double what their pipeline can handle. $7 to $9 million in EBITDA a year is their projection. So a stable company, a good company, great opportunities for the city. And I just would like to reinforce that this is transformative and seek your support for that resolution. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening. Mark Block. I'm counsel to Norwich Community Development Corporation. And to follow up on what Kevin Brown said, this is the culmination of efforts by the City of Norwich to facilitate the bringing of a new manufacturing business to the city, which will serve to increase employment opportunities, increase tax revenue, and make use of an underutilized building in the Norwich Business Park. We're doing that through the use of $1,050,000 in ARPA money through NCDC as the subrecipient of these funds. I would recognize a cooperative effort of Mr. Brown, the city manager, the mayor, members of the council, and Norwich Public Utilities for enabling this deal to happen, which Kevin has described as transformative. And I'd just like to inform the council of some agreements that we've gotten from Solar Seal in consideration of the funding with which they would not be able to relocate to the city and open their facility. $350,000 of this money will be in a grant. $350,000 will be in the form of a promissory note, which will be payable back to the city by September of 2023. $350,000 will be a note which will be payable back to the city by September of 2024. When these funds are repaid, there will be sufficient time to reallocate these funds to another recipient qualified under this ARPA program. In addition, Solar Seal is also paying an administrative fee in connection with this. They're paying council fees to NCDC for this. They've made a commitment for 10 years to hire 50% of their employees from local workforce. They're going to participate in the Youth Force program initiative over 10 years. They're also going to make a contribution to community organizations at $2,500 a year. I think that's over 5 years. And I can reiterate, without the participation of the city, this deal would not happen. And I give credit to Solar Seal for stepping up to the plate and making a commitment and backing that commitment with jobs and with contributions to the city and its workforce.
Thank you, sir. Other speakers like to address the council at this time on resolutions before us? The speakers like to join us at this time? Last call. Anybody else like to address the council at this time on the 5 resolutions? Seeing no one else, declare it closed. Thank you all.
New business resolutions number 1, relative to participation in a cost-sharing program with the City of Norwich to construct concrete sidewalks.
A motion, please bring this forward. Alderwoman Gould, second Alderman Singh. Is there discussion? Roll call.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Berto? Yes. Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
That's 7-0.
Motion passes 7-0.
Number 2, relative to a mutual release and termination agreement with Lamar Company of Connecticut LLC, now doing business as Lamar Central Outdoor LLC.
Motion, please bring this forward. Alderman Singh, second Alderwoman Gould. Is there discussion? Roll call then, please.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Berto? Yes. Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
That's 7-0.
Motion passes 7-0.
Number 3, relative to American Rescue Plan Act allocations, Round 2 funding.
Motion, please, to bring this forward. Alderwoman Berto, second by Alderman Singh, and I believe there's a motion to be made from the floor.
Yes.
President Pro Tem.
I'd like to make a motion to divide the question. I'd like to divide out item number 8 and take up that item first.
Thank you. Doesn't need a second. Yep. So our actions will include items 1 through 12 minus item 8. Is there discussion at this time? Alderman Wilson.
So I will say I want to thank yourself, Mayor, as well as the city manager, in acting expeditiously to provide the space for a workshop and dialogue on the necessary information in order for us to move forward in an expeditious way. I think the workshop provided a good dialogue for us to understand where we need to go moving forward and what the goals of the council need to be, but a better understanding of many of these items on this list, but also allowed for individuals with certain projects to come before us to explain their information. I think we've done our due diligence of allowing that space, so I do want to thank you for allowing that to happen and doing it expeditiously, so thank you.
Thank you, sir. The further discussion. Roll call, please.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Berto? Yes. Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
That's 7-0.
Motion passes 7-0. So,
Under item 8?
yes.
Under item 8, I'd like to make a motion that we postpone the vote on this item until the second council meeting in July, which I believe is on July 18th, 2022.
Motion is to postpone action on item 8 till July 18th. Second, please, Alderman Wilson. Is there discussion on the motion to postpone? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Berto? Yes. Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes?
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
That's 7-0.
Motion to postpone till July 18th passes 7-0 for item 8.
Number 4.
No?
Oops, sorry.
Do it. That's right. So our first vote approved items 1 through 12 minus
Yes.
item 8?
Yes. So
Okay.
we're all set. Yep,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Number 4, relative to establish protocols and procedures for the appointment and reappointment subcommittee of the council.
The motion I'm going to ask for is to refer this to the Appointment and Reappoint Subcommittee for discussion. Motion by Alderman Wilson, second, President Pro Tem. Joe DeLucia, please. Okay, is there discussion on the motion to refer? Roll call, please.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Berto?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes?
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
That's 7-0.
Thank you. Motion
refer.
passes 7-0 to refer.
Number 5, relative to Solar City Economic Development Grant and Loans. Grant/loans.
Solar seal.
Solar Seal, sorry.
Yeah. Motion, please bring
apologize.
this to the floor. Alderman Singh, second by Alderwoman Gould. Is there discussion by President Pro Tem?
I would like to echo the comments from the podium. This truly was a team effort to bring this to fruition. And I couldn't be happier to have been part of that team and thank every member of that team for helping us navigate this. Primarily, I'd like to thank the city manager because his experience on structuring a deal such as this really helped guide us. I would like to point out one of the pieces of the agreement that Attorney Block mentioned, and that is the manufacturing pipeline for employment that has been made available to the city. Not only are we talking about 120 jobs, but Solar Seal has committed to building a pipeline that reaches in to our tech school here in the city and to Norwich Free Academy in terms of finding ways to train kids, high school students, to give them the job skills and the exposure to that kind of high-level manufacturing process, so that gives the kids a path into workforce that where they will earn a living wage and have competitive benefits and potentially a future of their own making, and benefits Solar Seal because they are home growing their talent and their workforce. So I could not be happier about that particular piece of the agreement, and I fully support the action in this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The further discussion? Alderman Singh?
Thank you. So I'm also in support of this resolution, and the reason is it's a good investment from city perspective because we're going to get good return on our money. And other thing is I really like those soft covenants which have been added, like they're going to help, like Alderman Joe DeLucia said, help our community get into more technical jobs. Also, the budget, not less than 5,000 annually, will be contributed towards community and civic events. So I think they will be helpful in building a better community for us as well. So I just want to say I fully support this, and especially with the, like Kevin Brown mentioned, that there's a good return on investment from NPU side as well, because they're going to be high user of our utilities. So I am in support of it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Alderman Wilson?
So I'm also in support, of course, this deal, and I think that the bigger part is it makes our community the piece where we continue to talk about with ARPA recovery. This takes us to an area of bringing jobs, bettering our city, providing opportunity in this community in so many different ways, other than just jobs, being a part of the community to build it up. So, I think when you look at this, the individuals that were a part of this, kudos to you, because this is what the city needs. This is showing the futuristic direction of the city, and that great things can come here when we work together. So kudos to those that worked to get this done, and it's again showing the great things that we can do when we work as a team. So thank you.
Thank you. Further discussion? Briefly, I remember the day that Mr. Hines called me. And when I got off that phone, I felt a great deal of excitement, but I also knew there was a great team here in the city. You already heard about the negotiations and skills of our city manager. You should also note that having Norwich Public Utilities at the same table with you is a great boon when you have a company of this nature who's going to utilize tremendous power in the production of their product. And that clearly is a benefit to the city. The amount of electric consumption, actually, when we lost Phelps Dodge, this city took a hit. This company is going to more than replace that. And if they get to phase 2 and get it into that level, it could be 3 times what Phelps Dodge used annually. So it's not only the jobs, it's not only the tax revenue, utility revenue, we're also getting a great group of investors coming into the city of Norwich on a long-term basis. And for that, I'm extremely grateful. And also grateful, John, for your skills in the discussions. I remember the phone call, the Zoom meetings, very creative. So thank you very much. Is there further discussion? Roll call, please.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderwoman Bertle?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
That's 7-0.
Motion passes 7-0.
New business ordinances. An ordinance appropriating $500,000 for the cost of planning a lead copper service line replacement program in the city of Norwich and authorizing the issuance of $500,000 revenue bonds of the city secured solely by water revenue to meet said appropriation, and authorizing the city and the Department of Public Utilities to enter into grant and loan agreements and a joint resolution with the state of Connecticut with respect hereto.
Thank you. At this time, I'd ask for a motion to waive this full reading and text of this at this time and schedule for a public hearing. But I have a quick question. And second reading, thank you.
Refer to CCP.
We do, yeah. And this also must be referred to Commission on City Plan. I was questioning myself. So could I have such a motion, please? Alderman Gould, second by Alderman Singh. And, month?
Come back August 1st.
Yeah, August 1st is the date. I thought so. Yep, that's our first meeting of the month. Is there discussion on the motion for scheduling and waiving full text and scheduling a second read and public hearing on August 1st? Seeing none, roll call.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Berto?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderwoman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Neuendorf?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes,
That's 7-0.
thank you. Motion passes 7-0.
Number 2, an ordinance appropriating $3,003,000.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Does that motion include the referral to CCP?
yes,
Okay, thank you.
yep.
Number 2, an ordinance appropriating $3,350,000 for the planning, design, and construction to replace water mains along Caribou Drive and Laurel Lane in the city, authorizing the issuance of $3,350,000 revenue bonds of the city secured solely by water revenue to meet said appropriation, and authorizing the city and the Department of the Public Utilities to enter into grant and loan agreements with a joint resolution with the state of Connecticut with respect hereto.
Thank you. Again, I'd ask for a motion to, what? Oh, I'm sorry, no. Okay, we're going to raise this for a public hearing, again, August 1st. Schedule the first read for August 1st. Waive the full text reading, refer it to CCP. Second reading, yeah. Yep, that's for the second reading. This is the first reading. Alderman Singh, second by Alderwoman Gould. Any discussion? President Pro Tem.
So just a quick question to the Director of Public Works. But if this project moves forward and the water lines are replaced on Caribou Drive will finally be repaved? Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussions or questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Berto?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Newendorf?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
7-0.
Motion passes 7-0.
I hereby move pursuant to Connecticut General Statute, Section 1-200, subsection 6, that the members of the Norwich City Council go into an executive session for the purpose of discussing a personnel matter. The city manager shall be asked to participate during all or portions of this executive session at the request of the City Council.
Thank you. Is there a second? Alderman Singh. Roll call, please.
Alderman Wilson?
Yes.
Alderman Berto?
Yes.
Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Newendorf?
Yes.
President Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom?
Yes.
That's 7-0.
Thank you. 319, please. Council, please come back to order. Let the records show that no votes were taken. Motion to...
Motion to adjourn.
We got a motion first to come back in
A
session.
motion to come back.
Thank you. A
I thought
second?
said that.
I'll second.
Alderman Berto, thank you. All those in favor to return?
Aye.
Roll call? Okay.
Thank you, Mike.
Go ahead.
Alderman
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes.
Okay. Alderman Wilson and Berto, yes. Alderman Singh?
Yes.
Alderman Gould?
Yes.
Alderman Newendorf?
Yes.
Alderman DeLucia, Pro Tem DeLucia?
Yes.
Mayor Nystrom, yes. Reconvened. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
Motion to adjourn by Gould, seconded by Berto. Roll call to adjourn. Wilson?
Yes.
Berto?
Yes.
Singh?
Yes.
Gould?
Yes.
Newendorf?
Yes.
DeLucia?
Yes.
Nystrom, yes. Motion to adjourn passes 7-0. Thank you all.
Good night, everybody.